Hello YouTube and welcome back to episode 8 of the Rise of Icelandic Football with HK. I'm bringing you my manager screen because we had a little bit of information, can't find it in my inbox though. We got a new contract from the board till 2022. Also in that contract we go to board, and in the board confidence where I'm untouchable, we go to club philosophies. We know that at one point we had to sign high profile players, and with the money we had, very hard to do. That was down at about 15%, and I just told the board, look, I won't sign a new contract unless you get rid of it. They kind of agreed with me that, look, there's no point in having it. So there we go. We got that out. It was bringing our job security down to about 60-odd%. And I was started to get a little worried that if it get any further down, even with me winning the league and stuff, we might be in some trouble. With that in mind, I'll bring you to our competition review. The way we can check our growth so far is the new expectations for the league have come out, and they want us to win it. Usually it's just be competitive, not too bad. They want us to reach the finals now of every cup that we play in. Other things aren't worried. They're not worried about the other sort of the weaker cup competitions that we have domestically. And the sign of how well we are actually doing and how it might be a couple of years ahead of where we should be with the boys. They want us to reach the group stage of the Europa Cup for next season. Now, we are going to be in the Champions League qualifying round, so making it the qualifying round for like we did last season would secure that. Ideally, that's what I would like, just so we know that we're going to get to the group stage of the Europa Cup. I would like to be in the main competition of Europe again, because I think the boys are putting out a decent showing, which brings us into the schedule, and unfortunately, it's been a tough time for the lads. Unfortunately, can't see the results before, but I'm pretty sure I brought you those couple of games. The only result you did miss, though, was the Feyenoord game. If we go to Feyenoord game, we'll bat it again. But once again, against Feyenoord, we kept it competitive and nearly somehow snuck a draw, as we had a late chance here as well that was put wide by Trumner. 2-1 loss to HK. Isper scoring a back post header. Nothing too exciting. The schedules come out for the for the league. Read of it as you may. With the signings we've got, I think that this could be the season where we finally show that we are the dominant force here in Iceland, and maybe knock FH off their perch, so to say, where they always air there or thereabouts, and maybe we can demolish them as well. Maybe it's a little bit too much confidence. FH do have a lot of money and do generally spend it quite well, and they definitely have good players like Eddie Gomez, who is on loan, but I'm pretty sure he's on loan for another year in the league, so we've got to deal with him again, and he's quite a good little player at the back from. But today we'll be playing Austria Wien. Before we get into that, there is some transfer news. Been scouting a lot. This offer was rejected for this guy. Looks quite good. Well, it wasn't rejected, it was accepted, and he rejected the contract to come here. Look at that, the stats like that. I'm not particularly looking for a centre attacking mid, but there's so many good centre attacking mids around that I ideally would just bring in just because they're good. Got some scouts coming in and all that sort of stuff. If we go to transfer history for this season, one more person came on in, and his name was Rodrigo Moreno. In the last episode, you might actually saw that he played a couple of games, which means I did sign him by then. I think I just forgot to mention him. The Colombian striker's come in on a contract that's fairly cheap, 1.9k, which is not too bad for a first-team player now at our level. He's got decent determination, but if I saw I saw the finishing and saw the physicals with 11 and 12 pace with a 17 fitness at 5'11", I thought that was okay. At 18, there's a lot of work that can be done in his technicals, but if you're training him to be a complete forward, which I am at the moment, I think he can reach there. The thing about his technicals is if you look where they're lacking, it's 9 and 9 long shots and passing. It's only need to go up by 2 to get to 11, and headering, if it gets above 11 as well, that would be great. Decisions will go up as well, which I'm not too upset with. The pace and the physicals over time should grow rapidly, so seeing 9 and 10 balance is not too bad, because they both should get into the 11th. I'm basically just saying if he gets past 11 in all those stats and the rest grow around him, we're going to have a very good striker on our hands who we're going to get more than 175k. It was 175k outright, no clauses, no percentage of profit done, nothing. So whatever we sell him on for, we keep. So I'm thinking that there's definitely a player that we can sell for at least 3 mil plus. In his contract, no clauses as well at, say, foreign release fees and stuff like that. Beautiful for us. It means that we can sell him off in the future for profit and probably a load of it. There's also another striker that we brought in. If we go to transfer history, was it a free or did it cost me like 24k? 24k. Joaquim Magnusson. He's an Icelandic striker with some very good stats as well. Needs to work on that passing, but the rest are quite good. Decent composure with the 14 finish. His physicals are less to be desirable. The main reason I signed him at 20 is slightly old, is he's got a little bit more potential than Siggy Fussen. Siggy Fussen actually, in terms of his just core striking stats of finishing and composure, is actually a little bit better. But the main reason I signed him, and I put it in his note, is that a few Premier League clubs were interested in him, and a couple of other teams from Europe. The likes of Everton and Southampton were sniffing around. So when an Icelandic player gets a little bit of interest from the Premier League, like Iceberg has been getting in recent times, and so Jon in the Serie A and League One, it means that they've probably got a bit of potential about him, that the game thinks, look, they could be potentially a decent player for that level, or they can reach that level where they can sell him on for a bit more profit than 24k. He's literally picked him up, going to play him as a backup striker for the year. Hope he grows, and if the interest for Premier League clubs come back in, we might be able to sell him on for more than 24k. Oh, look, we'll sell him on for more than 24k. We might be able to sell him on for $1 million or more. In saying that, that's all the transfers and all that stuff done. We'll move into the game now against Wien. If we go to Group B, if we view the group, we are out of the competition now with Feyenoord beating us on the final day. We needed Feyenoord to... We needed to beat Feyenoord and Copenhagen to lose to Wien for us to have a chance to get through on the final day, or we needed Feyenoord to lose on the final day to Copenhagen after we beat them, and then for us to beat Wien and then go through with a better results against teams instead of goal difference. As you can see, look how many people are unavailable or unregistered now that we've signed in, and a lot of people that are not good enough to play at this level. We also keep picking up injuries and red cards at the moment as well in the Europa League with such a short squad, which means we haven't had a full bench for a couple of games. We're not going to have a full bench today, as Martinson's probably his last game for the club. I have signed him for another year. A lot of teams want him on loan. If we go to suspended on Martinson, yeah, he's still wanted on loan. Now just by KR. There's a few other teams, I think, like ST and that wanted him. Martin's coming in. Martin's definitely going to be our next choice centre back, our third choice centre back, and I might look to sell Arthur on. He's got some player traits, so I might as well train it. I am going to look to sell him on probably towards the end of the season or midway through the season. Basically, being English, he takes up a spot of that foreign spot, and I don't want to have him starting and being in a foreign spot where his potential is now capped to 2.5 star, which is not bad for the league. It's good players. Our star ratings for the club have changed now. 4 stars now, your star players instead of being 5 star. And 3.5 stars now, your leading players. Which means if I go to the person like Isberg, who was always 4.5 star with 5 star potential, is now just dropped to 4 stars. Not because his abilities dropped, it's because our club is now growing that 4 stars now, the benchmark for being a leading player in the league. Now if you can reach 5 star, you'll be not deemed, I think, as world class. You might be called world class on the game, but you'd be in that upper bracket where you're more than a star player, but you're not quite world class. You'd probably be like a star Premier League player. But basically, that's now, if we can find a player with 5 star potential now, it's now just like Neves is still rated up there. And look, he's a star player, and at 4 star and 4 star, another prime example. My system thinks he's better than that, but I don't trust my system even though he has 12 and 12. But that is enough of me talking. Let's get into it. Siggy Fussen's come in because we also know that Gunnarsson, the older Gunnarsson at 2.5 star, did leave the club. Wasn't happy that we tried to sign a new striker. Wouldn't want to sign a new contract. Didn't want to be on a part-to-part contract. It's unfortunate because I was going to keep him here for as long as possible, because if I go to the club and go to General, he's now a legend of the club. And if I ever build a new stadium, I would love it to be called after him, or Isberg, if Isberg gets to that stage as well, becoming a legend. I'm pretty sure he will in one day or another. We go all the way back now. That's enough of me talking. You might see Jon's on the bench, just giving Barlow the last game of the group stage, just to basically, get some more growth into him. I won't be loaning him out. Vla, I want him on loan. That won't be happening. I'm happy with him growing at the club and playing games. I'll definitely play him in the cup, every cup game. I reckon now he's a decent keeper where you could probably play him and get away with it. He'd probably play his first choice. But Jon is better than him. But yeah, only 6 on the bench, and there's the side. Against Wien, Austrian Wien, we did win 4-3 in what was a crazy game of football. I'm expecting at home to dominate this one a little bit better, and hopefully the boys can show that. They're coming with a 4-4-1-1 formation, which I don't think is not too bad. I'm just going to tell them to go out there and enjoy themselves as the last group stage game for the year in the Europa League. Hopefully the boys can win this game, give themselves a taste of what they're going to miss out if they don't qualify for next year, and then have a very good qualifying campaign like they did this season. We get to the tunnel. It's not the best weather for soccer out there. I don't care. You can still play good style football in any weather if you're good enough to. We'll click play. We won't watch them stand in their huddles and that. And we'll get on to the episode. In terms of streaming on Twitch, I haven't streamed on Twitch since I started releasing the last few episodes. This will be the last episode before we do a lengthy Twitch stream. So if you do watch this episode on the day it is published, I would probably either A, still be on Twitch, B, I haven't got on Twitch yet, and you're one of the first to watch the episode, or C, I would have just finished a lengthy Twitch stream. I'm planning on streaming on Twitch for longer than the 3.5 hours I did yesterday. We're looking maybe at a 4 to 5 hour stream. A lot of pre-season stuff. I'm going to do the whole pre-season and scouting. We're already doing some scouting at the moment, and get into some of those cup competitions and that. As Jonathan will play Isberg down the line. Can he lay that one across to Neves? He can, and Neves scores. I'm happy Neves got on the score sheet now. He's played pretty well here in the group stage. One of the few people that can hold his head high with Isberg as they look to morph into one person during the celebration. That was sensational. I didn't commentate the highlight, but it was a nice ball from Neves to Isberg, who finds Jonathan. Neves using his advanced playmaker on attack to surge into the box with his speed, and he doesn't miss that one. His finishing's up to 9, and I think I'm actually trying to get it up to 10 as well. Do need a few more goals from him in the league, but he seems to score in all the big games, so I'm happy with that. At the back, we look like we're playing alright, and we seem to be controlling the football enough, but not creating as many clear-cut chances as we would in the league. Usually when we have more than 55% possession, the shots are going through the roof. Chalmers keeps getting these slight knocks, and it's worrying me, and we don't have a quality left attacking mid. That is one of the main reasons I'm still scouting, is just try and find a left attacking mid. As I speak about it, and it's not Trummer on the ball, I thought it would have been, but Topak throws it into Jonathan, who gives it back to Topak, and finds Neves. Neves' ball, the Trummer, is not found him, and they've gone long here. Rian, can we please win the knockdown? We can, and it's fallen the Jonathan. It's fine. Siggy Fussen, he's got a little bit of speed, but not too much. He now gets to the byline and lays it back, and Neves for his second. Yes, he will, making the same sort of run from deep, back post, and there we are. He's got a bruised ankle. Trumley, you can stay out there, get the half-time, not a problem. Siggy Fussen there to Neves. Neves finds the back of the net. Well done by Jonathan to win that. I thought Siggy Fussen might have to take that touch and look to hit it. Instead, he comes wide. He does have some good build-up play, Siggy Fussen. And the ball to Neves there. Smacks it past the keeper. That's going to be 2-0 at half-time, showing our superiority. We did not... We dominated... We had in periods, but not for the full game. And surprisingly, we were 2-0 up at the break and then proceeded to go 2-2 very quickly. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to tell them that I'm happy. I'm just going to tell them that it could still change if they don't... if they get complacent. I'm going to tell Neves I'm happy. We've gone from demotivated to just confused. I'm happy with that. It's the only problem when you do those team talks is someone's having a blinder, which Neves is having a blinder. They get pretty upset with you that they didn't, you didn't appreciate them. Neves now plays it inside to Martin. It'd probably be a pointless Hallerson, our backup, a right back, is playing because Guerrero, I think, is suspended for the game as well. As Niesberg will put a ball in, back post towards Trumner. In the end, I think it's flicked off Trumner's head, who was trying to header out goal, and it's forward to Stefan, who's put it in the back of the net. The lad that I've been saying that I'm probably going to look to move on has scored. That's the thing about Stefan. Because of his height and his jumping reach, he is a threat from... set piece. Says Trummer knew nothing about it. Centre back missed it, and it just flicked off Trummer's shoulder, and it's fallen to Stefan there, who's playing quite well. Everyone's playing quite well. Barla's playing quite well. Everyone's looking calm. We're 3-0 up to the good. Can we deal with that? It's a poor cross in. Can we break now? Is Jonathan there with the ball? Jonathan comes out wide to Trumner. Trumner looking inside. Can he? He does look for Siggy Fussen. Doesn't find him. And now we will look here to press him high up the field. It's a long ball to nobody, and Hallerson should deal with that. Just a good back pass, please. That's all I ask of you. It is not a problem. Can you go out wide the top hook? Instead, we go wide down the guts, and it's a good kick from Barlow. He's fine. Brunt to Neves, who's fine. Jonasson, who's sort of fine. Siggy Fussen, and we've given the ball away again. And I'm starting to feel like this probably be an Austria weekend highlight, as we've given the ball away twice already, and they'll probably make us pay for it, as they're a decent enough side. They are a better side than us on paper. I just think at home we're much stronger than we are away. As that ball's inside the gun, his touch was... I'm going to say it was a good touch. He meant that touch. I thought it just hit him on the side and it's fallen in front of him. Let's just say he's meant that. It was a great finish, and Barlow and goal was not going to finish it. Did he really mean this touch? I'm not 100% sure. It was a great ball and a great run. See, it's a very good diagonal run. I reckon it's just hit him in the side and fallen to him. Maybe a little bit unlucky, but when your run's that good and it was a good ball, they deserve to score. Just to make sure Trumler doesn't get another longish injury. We're not going to bring Gearson out there. We're just going to do this. We're 3-1 up to the good. It doesn't matter if we do throw this game away. We're just going to bring Gunnarsson, our young little on at left centre attacking mid, and we'll just look to play like that. It should be a pointless highlight from the goal. It's because I made the change straight away. But you never know. If we score a second right now, I'm going to be very, very squirmish in my seat because I've seen them come back. As look, it's another square little run, and they didn't go that way instead. It's going to be a cross-back post. I tell you what, it's going to be 3-2, and they've scored 2 in the side of 2 minutes. We need to get a foothold in this game. I'm still going to make the change for Trumner. I'm just going to tell the boys to look, calm down, get on the ball, play that. We've been dominating this game in a period of 5 minutes. Oh my, here we go. Shoot from distance, please. Just shoot. He doesn't. It's a cross back post, headed away. Maybe can we break with Jan Gunnarsson running at his man, running, still going. He looks for Siggy Fussen, and it's a poor pass. I don't know if he's looking for Siggy Fussen or Topple. And I tell you what, it's going to be 3-3 here if he doesn't score under the chance. Barlow with a save, but it's fallen back to him, and Christopher makes it 3-3. It's a great comeback from Wigan. This is the exact same thing that happened against them at home. At their home ground. We were 2-0 up, we threw it away, we've thrown it away again. It's just a lack of quality there at the back. You know, we're so open, and if our keeper doesn't have a spectacular game for the whole game, it doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much if we do win or lose this game. I can't even bring Brunt off because we don't have the player for it. RG can't really play that either. You know what? In saying that, Ori can come on. Ori's fit enough for it. It's fine. We'll put Ori on for some growth. It looks like another highlight from making a change. That's great. Can it be for us? Janusson there finds Gunnarsson, finds Brunt, he finds Neves. Neves' ball finds Gunnarsson. This is good little play. It's a great ball to Isberg. Isberg cut it. He decides to go by himself. He should have cut it for Siggy Fussen. Usually does too. He's quite unselfish there, Isberg. That'll be all the changes we'll make, I reckon. You know, if we end up losing this game, we lose it. If we end up going to win this game, we win it. I'm not really too fussed. It's just a show of the progression of the lads. We made it to the group stage. It'll be nice to win. As Siggy Fussen's got some good finishing. Unfortunately, doesn't finish that one. Hits it straight back at the keeper. Should have gone near post with all the gap that was there. And the keeper keeps it at 3-3. Conceding 3 goals in this half has been upsetting. But at the same time, the quality of football in the first half was pleasing. We've got to remember, look, we're playing well out of our depth. I called that the last episode, that we're out of our depth. And even if they played in the Icelandic League, would probably win the league as well. We would give them a good run, but they would probably win the league. As the ball from Moshi Christopher runs out of play, he goes to go get it because I think they can smell blood. They make their last change of the game. 85th minute, going to keep it on the same system. No point changing it. Let's go try and get that goal there. As it falls to Neves, who deserves his hat-trick and does. 4-3. It's the same scoreline that we beat him for away from home. That's a hat-trick to Neves. We might end on a high note. Do I look the part of the bus? Look, I was about to press pause and part the bus. Instead, it looks like they were going to go from kickoff and give us themselves a highlight and maybe a chunk. Oh, it's great play. I tell you what, if Mossy puts in a ball of quality, it might be 4-4. It is a ball of quality. Knockdown header, and there we go, 4-4. What a crazy game of football. Every time we seem to meet FK Austria, we end. It's a crazy game of football. They're back on level terms, and it's 4-4. What a game. A little bit disappointing with our defending, but we do know we have centre-backs coming. And another highlight from the goal. What, are we going to go make it 5-4 now? Martin, Jonasson, to Neves, to Siggy Fussen. I'm believing. Isberg's running to an offside position, but he's looked for Topuk on the overlap. Good cross from Topuk. Can he? Not. And it might fall to Weir now to break. Oh, Weir going to go win this game 5-4. It's a great ball over the top to Morshin. Barlow come outside, and he does, and he tips it over the bar. It's still 4-4. What a game of football. A draw would actually mean we still come third in the group, which is great. That cross was a good cross, but it falls to Jonas and he clears. Still 5 minutes at a time. Don't stop this game. This is a great game. Can there be a winner one way or the other? It doesn't look like. It looks like it's going to peter out to a 4-4 draw. And I'll tell you what, apart from Neves, the rest of the team probably deserves a 4-4 draw. They don't deserve to win on the night. They haven't played well enough. As that's full time. Neves will get man of the match with a 9.5 for scoring 3. We still kept the ball quite well, just conceding way too many shots at goal. Unfortunately, playing Haley Olderson at right back and Martin and Arthur, 2.5-star centre backs. You're prone to conceding goals at the back. I'm going to tell them that you're unlucky tonight to win. I think the only person that's going to be understanding that is Neves. I just didn't want to go off at him in the final European game that there is. In terms of looking at the draw, there isn't no point. Look, I'm very disappointed we didn't win the game. Arthur, it's great to see him score. But look, he was terrific. I would rather not discuss that. They'll learn from the experience then, fine then. I don't want to comment on Neves speculation. Apparently someone's wanted in him. I'll go double check that now. As he's there. Who he is? it'd be a League One side for sure. Empoli, Serie A side, just got relegated to Serie B. I actually think that the Serie B as a league isn't that far away from us. 24th, it actually might be. In saying that, the new league rankings haven't come out yet until the end of everyone else's season, so that'll be around May, March, June, something around there. And then we'll see how far we rise. I think with our run into the Europa League, freeing from the qualifying of the Champions League, we might actually go up. Never's on fire. It's great. Remember, guys, always save your game. That would be Damien signing off for YouTube in his final episode of this season. When we come back, it'll be next season. And saying that, how far in the next season? I don't know. Depends how long I stream on Twitch. If you want to check me out on Twitch, though, in the links in the description below. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more HK content in the future. And this is Damien signing off now from YouTube. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Up the HK, boys. Hopefully next season is a better season with the transfers that we made. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.